everyone, and welcome down to a sort of shorter episode of the Down South Photo Show this week. By sort of a fair bit shorter, you would have seen in your timeline that this is quite a short little episode, 91.5 we're going to call it, or 91 Part B. The reason for this is that we have one half of the Down South Photo Show away, absent, not unable to record today. So I just thought I would come on here and say good day to everyone. No, we aren't shutting down or leaving or anything like that. Just a really quick one. Just a few reminders, bit of housekeeping for the Down South Photo Show. First of all, thanks for everyone for liking, subscribing, following the show, all that sort of stuff that we say every week. I wanted to remind everyone of our fantastic competition we've got running, our photography competition for August. The theme is colour. You can enter that on our Facebook page. So if you search the Down South Photo Show on Facebook, if you haven't already, give us a follow, give us a like, all that sort of stuff. You can then add your entry. You'll see the pinned post for the August photographic competition. And as I say, the theme is colour. Been seeing a lot of entries coming in for the comp as well. So jump on, have a look through the entries yourself. You might be inspired. You might see something that you like, but by all means, add your entry into our colour competition. We do give away a gift voucher to either Ocean Grove Camera and Photo or CAMS operation. So it's a cool prize to win. So by all means, jump on and enter the competition. My background real quick. This was Point Lonsdale 2 nights ago. So the conditions were absolutely insane. If you are listening on the channel, I highly recommend you skip over to the YouTube channel and check out that background. I'm really proud of it. It was one of those ones where the conditions were just nuts. I had our Tasmanian friend on a little chat while I was taking these photos. And I think the phrase I used was photogasm. Something really cool at Point Lonsdale when the big ships come across the rip and add so much depth to the image. You can see the ship there was beautifully lit by the evening sun as the sun was going down, but we also had some really cool crisp waves coming across as well. Awesome spot for photography. If you haven't been there before, we took one of our Down South Photo Show workshops over to Point Lonsdale back in the summer. We will be running those again. Now, with that in mind, we do run workshops here at the Down South Photo Show, and we have a few of them listed on our website. One in particular that I want to make mention of was next year in May 2024, our Great Ocean Road workshop. Places are now selling. It's going to be a really popular workshop. We're going to show you some parts of the Great Ocean Road that you wouldn't have seen before, but it's a photographer's paradise down there. So we want to show you how to photograph the Great Ocean Road in May 2024. Jump on dsps.com.au and check that out. What else are we talking about in this very, very brief episode? We love hearing from you. So if you have a question for Dear Cam segment, by all means, send it in again through our socials or through our website. And your photography horror stories. We're looking forward to seeing more of them and talking about more of those on the channel. Now, in the meantime, if you haven't explored the older episodes of the Down South Photo Show, we've now been doing this thing for a couple of years. By all means, jump on and have a look. Go back through our back catalogue on YouTube. There's a lot of information there. We're getting a lot of very positive feedback from people who are saying they are learning a lot from the channel, which is fantastic. But like I said, it's become quite the community for us. So we're really enjoying the feedback. We're really enjoying the community vibe that the Down South Photo Show is giving off. Over on the website as well, Dsps, we have merch for you to check out. You can also buy us a beer. Thanks to Mel H for buying us a beer this week again, no doubt. I haven't really checked, but I'm just going to assume that he definitely has, because that's what he does week in, week out, which is really cool. Any other supporters via buying us a beer this week, we'll clearly mention in next week's show. That is, if I can get a hold of our friend down in Tasmania, who is whooping it up on Flinders Island as we speak, having a great time down there with another world famous photographer who shall remain nameless because he gets enough plugs on this channel as it is. I wanted to share with you really quickly a photography horror story. This won't take too long, but this happened to me back in the early 1990s. Yes, I am that old. And I got some coin together and finally decided to upgrade my film camera from a Pentax K1000 and a Pentax MZ50. Oh, can't believe I used to shoot with that. But anyway, it got me a lot of nice shots. Went into my local camera shop when I was living on the Sunshine Coast and bought myself a Nikon F80. Now, for those of you who remember, the Nikon F80 was an absolute gem of a film camera. I think there was only one model above it, and that was the Nikon F4 back then, which was then superseded by the F5. Long story. Anyway, Nikon F80, got some film, all very excited. The next morning, there was some surf cranking down off the rocks at, I believe it's called Sunrise Beach, and at Noosa Heads National Park there. So I went down onto the rocks, all very excited, broke out my new camera, put the film in it, and started getting some shots. As I say, the surf was fairly rolling in, and like an absolute moron, I decided to head out onto the rocks a little bit further. And I think you know where this story is going. A massive wave came in and basically dumped right on top of me. As much as I tried to turn and not worry about myself, but actually shield this brand new camera that I had, I got completely drenched. Salt water through absolutely everything, including my 1 day old Nikon F80. So needless to say, I ripped the batteries out of it immediately. Took it straight into a local place on the Sunshine Coast that did camera repairs, and basically the guy just looked at me and shook his head and said, "There's just no hope for this thing." And as it turns out, he was completely right. The camera dried out and it worked for about another week, and then it completely packed it in. So then I was up for another Nikon F80. There you go. That's the taste of what you can expect on our photography horror stories. If you have a photography horror story, by all means, send it in to us at dsps.com.au or via the Facebook page, or send us an email or smoke signals or whatever it is we do around here. So there it is, a really short episode this week. As I say, episode 91.2, 91.5, whatever you want to call it. And we will catch you for a full-blown episode back on the channel for episode 92 next week. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.